Oh yeah, I don't know why I always say that. That's the only thing I really know how to open with, I guess. But I was talking to you guys about those frauditors um that go around doing fake audits, but this isn't really about them. It kind of is in a sense because these guys are abusing the law. But what I want to talk about is something that they are right about and some things that they are right about because people are confused about face mask law or face mask policy. I don't know why I said that, but people seem to believe that you can get in trouble like by the court of law. I'm curious. I for not wearing, for not following somebody's policy. I'm curious to know what these people think that a court of law would charge you with. And you have to understand trespassing. That's why I say record everything from beginning to end. If you have to be trespassing. First of all, you have to come there with some ill intent. You have to enter somebody's property with out the owner's permission, or their property, their land, or whatever, without their permission. If you are a member of the public and you're going to a public place, you have permission to be there. So you're not trespassing. And a lot of you cops, I know no cops probably listen to me, but if you know a cop and you see this, you should really put cops in place if you ever see them. Because around here, trying to tell somebody they're trespassing because a Walmart manager says they're not going to trespass them. They can't trespass them unless they are trespassing. How can you trespass somebody from a public place just simply for being there? You cannot do it. And a lot of these frauditors could have a lot of good cases in court, but they're only doing it for the money or whatever. So when a cop comes, they fold, and they're not really about the law. Again, they're about getting reactions out of people, and I really hope they get knocked out. I know a lot of them. If any of you ever listen to this, I know some of you guys go around listening to all the frauditor videos. If you come to my neighborhood with that, you're gonna get your ass knocked out. That's why you go to certain places where you think that you can't be touched, but or you know that you can't be touched, but and then when you get surprised and you do get touched, you fold like a wet napkin. But if you came around here doing that, you would get knocked out. Camera, it wouldn't even matter. You probably wouldn't even have. You would have to live stream, which a lot of you won't, because you don't want your fans to see what you really are and how you don't really know the law. And if something goes wrong, you can't edit it. You would probably get your little camera broke, smashed, or stolen if you come around here with that crap. Stop using the law and abusing it and try to tell people that you're talking about, you're trying to rise awareness to people's rights and freedoms and liberties and so on, so on, so. And I'm not just doing this to bash on them because you can go and see them. One thing, I was listening to Bill Cooper's Portersville presentation today at work because I finally, I listened to it from beginning to end today, and it was just blew me away on a lot of things. And when I talk about stuff, this is a perfect example. I don't want you just to believe what I'm saying about these frauders. Go listen to them and go watch them, and go anything I say. I want you to go watch them because somebody had asked a question about Cooper was trying to tell him about some people who like Bobo Grits and other people who act like they're for something when they're really not, and they change with whoever they're around about their stance and what type of religion they're with or whatever. And somebody kept asking him more questions about it. This person, and he said, I kind of get frustrated when you ask me questions about this because this is where I want you to go do your research instead of just listening to me and thinking that everything I say is the word of God or everything I say is the truth. He didn't say it just like this, but I'm putting it in my own way. And I really want, and that's why when people ask me certain questions about certain things, like I'll tell people stuff, but when they come to ask me, when they want me to answer all of their questions about something, I'm just like, there's a point, that's when I kind of get frustrated because you have to go and look into things yourself. And when the person kept asking Cooper and wanted him to basically tell him everything he knew, Cooper said, that's kind of where I get a little frustration with it. You have to do research. It might take some time, but you have to do your own independent research on these things and on these people, because I can't, when I'm doing a presentation or when I'm talking or whatever, I can't take all the time out to bash them because it's going to seem like I'm bashing them or whatever. I need you to go do some research yourself so you can understand what I'm talking about, and you can come to your own understanding. But back to this law versus policy and versus whatever. Apparently, I guess in a lot of big cities and stuff, because a lot of these, I guess I got to be a little bit proud to be in the outskirts of my old hometown, where it's like a little kind of country hick town, I guess you can call it, which I'm not hating on anybody. I love it now because even the elderly here, I think I've already told you guys this, they're not falling for it. But what I want to try to get across to people who think who think that people have to do stuff for their safety and we don't operate under mob rule. And as bad as you want to try to make somebody out to be for not keeping everybody safe and doing what you want to do, they're not wrong by law. And a policy is not a law. You can't just trump up charges on somebody and say, oh, they're trespassing because they don't want to follow a policy. That's not a thing. Governors don't make laws. Presidents don't make laws. Mob rules sure as hell don't make laws. Cops don't make laws. These people are supposed to enforce the law. So imagine when you take somebody's freedom away or right away to do something just because you think it makes you safe or whatever it does for you, you have then at that point in time right there have given everybody else the power to take away your right. What if one day they say if you have purple hair, anybody who spray paints their hair red is putting everybody in danger because of the dye in it is putting everybody in danger, and and you love having your hair red, or you dye it red, or you dye it blonde, or any type of these colors. They say dye, period. Or they say dye in your hair. No matter if it's your hair is gray, you want to dye it back black to make yourself look younger again, whatever. They say dye in your hair, period. Something stupid like that, which is really, this is as stupid as this is. But a lot of you people don't seem to understand it or see it, and you want to make criminals and vilify people for having a right to do what they're doing. What if somebody said that, and that is your thing that you do every other month or half a year, whenever your hair goes back gray or goes back, or if you don't want, or your roots grow out because you don't want it to be blonde, you want to be a redhead or something like that. What if they told you that? That's what I mean by you're taking away your rights when you and why you think that by taking somebody else's right away and saying that they have to do something just because it makes everybody else feel good or it makes everybody else feel safe, when it's not a law. They're not breaking the law. You take all the precautions you want to take to keep yourself safe, but you're really wrong, and you're really not an American. You're really anti-American when you start bashing people for doing stuff that they're allowed to do. I could see if you could prove it in a court of law and there was an actual law. This is what I mean by you have to be able to cite something. In a court of law, if you can't cite something, I am so like, what do you call it? Ashamed of the police today who don't understand this. Because a lot of these fake auditors go into these places, and I'm glad that some of them get booted out, but this is what I have to be real, because I've been having a conversation with a lot of people on these channels who call out these frauditors and stuff, and try to pick on sovereign citizens and stuff like that. These people don't understand law. They don't understand that you're picking on somebody, but you're taking away somebody's rights and freedoms, but you don't understand what that's doing to you and what that's going to do to this country in the long run. You're going to have children thinking things are right that are wrong. And they're going to be thinking, enforcing something or shunning somebody for doing something that they're perfectly allowed to do because you don't understand what's going on. Stop putting up a front that you're doing everything for everybody else. I'm sorry. But again, let's be real. A lot of you only care about yourself, and that is why you do the things you do. But because mainstream media said it's about everybody else, this is what you say. This is what you parrot, so you can have a reason for yourself to feel safe. It's about everybody else. Let's look at somebody wrong and so and whatever. That's why I'm glad here. I made a big fuss about it in my town. And if you guys know, you go back to my lives and you see I had to because of what they did to me. And I'm glad I did, because nobody here is following that bull crap anymore. You might see 2 or 3 people now. And they look silly when they look around at everybody else. But they can't sit here and vilify everybody else, because then they have to vilify everybody in the freaking store, and they don't want to do that because, again, it's a mob rule. Sheeple need people. They need more sheeple to back them up, and when there are not a lot of sheeple around, there's nothing they can do but just sit there and look silly. So understand, law. Understand policies. Understand that there is no such thing as a face mask law. There is such thing as a face mask policy. But you can't get arrested for not following a policy. I can't even believe they enforce it in some courthouses and things like that. This world is going to, a lot of rights are going to be taken away the more you people follow things that you don't have to follow. I mean, if you want to, that's fine. But when you try to make everybody do it because you're doing it, you try to put people out of work and put people out of, jobs and stuff like that, just because you believe everything you see instead of going to do independent research to find out if it's true, you are wrong in so many senses. Mainstream media does not make law either. See, even that birdie backing me up. Yeah, tell him again. My man. But for real. You should not speak if you don't know what you're talking about. See, I can speak freely on the subject because I know what I'm talking about. But if we don't get this whole thing eradicated out of it, this whole nonsense of things that are not true eradicated, we're going to run into some trouble. I know some of you don't care. You just want to do what's trending, but I'm going to put the Portersville presentation. It's like a 10-hour presentation. You really need to watch it. It's one of Cooper's best presentations, and it'll cover a lot of this stuff and a lot of things that you need to listen to, and then I just hope you just do a lot of reading, independent research on the things that I'm talking about. Because I ain't gonna lie, when this whole first thing started, I used that whole little, because I have asthma, so I use this whole, I'm medically exempt and so and so and so, and that's because I'm not gonna lie, I thought maybe I could get in trouble, and I was a punk then, but then when I studied, not a punk, but a punk when it came to this whole mandate thing at first, not really a punk because I didn't wear it, but I would use that if anybody stopped me, but then I realized I didn't have to use that, and I started studying the law more, and I started listening to people like Peggy Hall and from the Healthy American, and it empowered me more instead of me just listening to what everybody said. And so I used that little excuse, not even that long, but then I started realizing I didn't need no medical exemption to walk around freely in America, and I'm gonna keep saying that until this whole thing is over with. Or at least until enough people are educated to know that it is a choice and we don't operate under mob rule in the United States of America. There are so many hypocrites walking around here, it's not even funny. I just had to get that off my chest. Because I see people auditing frauditors in a lot of their people who make comments in the comment box, that they don't understand that these frauditors are right on a lot of stuff they say, but they're abusing the Constitution, rights, liberties, and laws, and they're acting like that's my problem with them. Not that what they're saying is wrong, but that they're doing it for the wrong reasons. Oh yeah, and I have a main channel. I don't know if a lot of you know that, because some people are just here because they heard a video or two, and I have a lot of channels. But on my Cooper channels, I put one video on all of them, because on every single channel, some people are saying, this is good stuff. We need more or whatever. But they don't understand that it wasn't my main Cooper channel. So I made a video on my channel directing everybody to the channel, and then I also mentioned the ministry that I've been talking to you guys about and trying to get off the ground. Some lady was like, have you ever because I mentioned the GoFundMe thing, even though these are the same people who will go to McDonald's and donate to some fund, or think that they're donating to some cause that McDonald's said. They don't have any idea how corrupted McDonald's is, the GMO foods that they're eating, and all just the corruption behind Mickey D's. But I put some lady had a nerve to say, have you ever had a 40-hour-a-week job and you ever worked for the government and filled out W-2s and so on and so on? So I guess you think I don't have a job. And I said, I haven't done that lately because I work in I've been a tumbling coach my whole life, basically a contract coach coach and stuff. And when I said when I said this video on the Cooper thing, I said I don't have insurance and stuff like that. I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say I don't have any proof of income, but I accidentally said insurance. So she was like, well, then how are you going to get a building? And so I said, well, first of all, after she had bashed me about, have I ever had a 40 whatever job? I done did all the jobs, fast food, call centers, all that stuff, but it's been a long time. So I've been a contract coach. I said I've been a contract coach lately, and then I work in construction now. Like I just got off. I've been working all day, or not all day, but since like 8:30 this morning. And I said, yeah, I've had all those jobs, but I haven't had them in a while, so I haven't had to do all this stuff and fill out stuff, taxes, and get all the stuff from the government and stuff like that, because I was a contract coach, and that's a lot different. And then I said, now I work in construction. So I guess she thought that, since I was asking for donations for the ministry, she's like, how are you going to get the building and so on? So I was like, well, I can get it through my mother, my father, who could help me get it, or my boss, who is a contract independent contractor, but they're not going to pay for it too. Like, it amazes me. I always say that when you're trying to do something good, people just don't understand. Like, people are they think that you're going to do what they would do if they get some kind of money, but they don't understand that none of the money goes to me. But so I let this lady have it. I said, are you trying to say I don't have a job? And I'm not trying to be like, I'm big and bad or whatever, but I told her, I said, you wouldn't last, which a lot of people wouldn't last. I get paid every Friday, but so many people, this darn mosquito, hold up, I'm about to, now this clown on my phone, wouldn't last, oh, got it, you get out of here, clown, wouldn't last, I get paid every Friday. A lot of people, when it comes to my job, building houses, working on cars, going out and fixing people's septic tanks, which is like, it ain't that bad, I guess. I like working with my hands and stuff, like hard labor if I have to, which is a lot better than like a desk job and stuff like that to me. I'd rather be outside and be working, and because I look at work as a workout and not just working and what time I'm gonna get off and so on and so. And sorry, mosquitoes keep coming in this piece. So I let her have it. I'm talking. I let this lady have it, and sorry, this darn these mosquitoes got me off track and jump. And they keep trying to spawn. It just amazes me that people think you're forcing them. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's what donations are for. I'm not expecting this to get $1 million in 2 days. This is if you want to. This is a ministry for the youth, because apparently, just like this brain dead lady, you can't reach older people anymore, or people my age anymore, because they are rereads. And I'm sorry to say that, but that is the truth. So I've done given up on trying to reach older people, because they're not our future anyway. So there's no need of even trying to reach them. But if you think I'm trying to force you to donate or whatever, I'm not. I don't give a damn if you donate or not. But how do you raise awareness to a cause unless you talk about it every single time? I would like you to help out the cause if you can, and give it to, pass this along to, or pass the GoFundMe to other people. Because I'm going to keep talking it up and talking about, this is my dream and my livelihood. Well, it's going to be the future of my livelihood. Right now, I'm in construction. I'm working with my hands. So, but if I don't keep talking it up and somebody was saying keep visualizing it, then it's not going to happen. But this is why I don't like dealing with like older people, and trying to reach them anymore, or people who are my age, 30 and up or whatever, because it's like they honestly think that they know things that they don't, and you can't teach them about freedom. You can't teach them about free choice. You can't. They think everybody has to do something because they want them to do it. And a lot of people, they think that their children have to that they dictate their children's lives instead of trying to teach them that there is a whole world out there they have to discover, and then they have to make decisions on their own. That's what today's so-called grown-ups do. A lot of them. I'm not saying all of them, because if I'm out here like this, and I'm pretty sure there's other people out here like me, or like that have the same mind state, where I might want my child. I'm going to teach my child. Well, I don't have any, but I'm saying if I did, teach them moral values, respect, yes ma'am, no ma'am. But I'm also going to teach them that they have to make their own decisions and figure out what they want to do in life, and not just do something based on because I want them to do it. There's something wrong with the people who think that they are right today. There's something very, very wrong with these people. But you can't get anywhere with them. But you can build a relationship with the youth and build them up to take on this world, because I learned again, they are the future. And I said this the other day, and I was listening to it in Cooper's Portersville presentations before because I didn't get this far. I never watched the whole thing all the way through. And today, since I was at work, I got time to at least listen to 8 hours of it, because I was painting a tractor or something like that, and doing some other stuff. But I had them in my headless headset or earphones, and he said they are our future. And I was like, see, that's just to hear it from him. He was teaching people how to do like how to do their own radio things, and how you have to broadcast every day. That's another reason why I'm on here, just talking to y'all, and just I have to start talking, I guess, every day to training, getting people in a different mind state than the mainstream media mind state and everybody else who are on YouTube, who just say the same things. They're on one side or the other instead of the right side, which is, in this country, when it comes to a lot of these situations, it's the law. That's the right side, the Constitution. So they can have their opinions and say, emotions and feelings and all that stuff. That's not the right side if you're supposed to be an American, which a lot of these people are not. They are frauds in our country. Trying to take away the rights of somebody else, and then expect that we're supposed to let them have their rights, but they're going to take away the rights of people who want to walk around freely or do whatever else they have that they actually have the right to do, because these people are ignorant of law or the Constitution. But anyway, I think I said enough. The GoFundMe is going to be down in the box, but before you do that, and I also said, even told this lady, I said, I don't want you just to donate. I want you to go listen to the hour-long video of me explaining what you're donating to. I don't want you to just think I'm taking your money. This lady still had a nerve to comment and act like I don't have a job, and people trip me out. But I'm about to go to Lowe's and get some food. Lowe's, you should be sponsored. You should sponsor my donor. As much as I didn't talk you, you should sponsor my company, or my upcoming company. But yeah, I've given up on. I still talk to you guys, who have sense, but I've given up on the older sheeple, and not just the older sheeple, even the sheeple my age, and just sheeple period. It's time to build something new. I was talking to this one guy on Discord, and that was one thing we were talking about, is building something new, building a headquarters, building a new program, and building. That's the only thing that we can do. If we keep going along with their junk, and if we don't have something new, a place where people can come, not just the youth, but even the older people. I want to make it into a workout center too, but a new Kaji. I don't know if you want to call it New Age Kaji. No, let's not say New Age. A new Kaji, something Kaji. But there needs to be a reboot of Kaji. Of not only a networking internet place, but a place where we can come and congregate, meet. Let's put it like that. Because we're the only ones who are going to do something and change something around. Everybody else who don't know what's going on, how the hell can they help this nation when they have no idea what is going on, and they don't know the things that we know when it comes to the law and when it comes to what is right, which is the Constitution, and not people's feelings, and not trying to keep everybody safe, and not all this stuff that the mainstream media told me, because that's the only way I can know something, because I'm allergic to research. These are the type of people that we have in the world today. Research takes away from me time. I just want to talk and have an opinion about something that I don't want to research. It's too hard for me to research. It's too hard for me to read. I have to hear it on Twitter. I have to hear a little short clip about it on YouTube or Fox. And was another thing that made me laugh was Cooper even talked about all of them, how they all lied on him, and he mentioned every single one of them. He talked about ABC, CNN, and NBC, how they all, back in his day, when he was on the radio and stuff, how they all call him a lunatic and everything. And I was like, Dad, you're the same people that these clowns still listen to today. And then you ask them, even Forbes, breaking news, and all that stuff, you think it's alternative. Alex Jones is a clown ass, and or Young Turks, and he claims to be, don't like or whatever. This is all the information type media that we have in our world today, and this is why all of these people are lost. So they rather listen to these clowns instead of doing what, I'm not saying listen to Cooper, but at least instead of doing what he said, and what any person who has some type of common sense and really wants to learn something would do, instead of going out and reading and researching about these companies, about their history, going and seeing if what they're actually saying is true or just something that you want to hear. This is what these people do, and they call themselves smart. And we have these people as governors. We have these people forming groups, or part of groups and movements they don't even know anything about. Antifema, or I call them Aquafina, and BLM. We have people who think that they're a part of these groups and never met any of the organizers, the leaders, don't know anything about them, but consider themselves a part of these people because they think they have the same ideologies, and they don't even understand that these people are just puppet groups and pin-up organizations that have somebody against somebody, and something they don't even really exist in reality. As far as them being real and them being groups of real groups and being what they say they are just there to say that stuff. These people they don't get it, y'all. They do not get what real means, what a real person is, what a real organization is. They don't understand that all of this stuff is fake bullshit news. Sheeple garbage. Sheeple feed that they eat up. They don't understand that. They don't understand that these things are 100% completely fake. These stories are 100% completely fake, made up. Even the groups that versus each other. This group versus this group. Oh, we made this group because they made it for a distraction to keep you all against each other. They make it seem like they're for you. They search. What they do is they have their little what do you call it? Scientists of human behavior search the internet, search things like this, YouTube, search things like Facebook, and they get all your little opinions, and they make a little group. They have some puppet who they can pay enough, which is like just a shill for that organization, a liar. And they make a group to make it seem like they are with your little struggle, and that all, and they say everything you want to hear, so you can say that's the group that I want to be behind because they're saying everything I've been saying. But no, they're saying everything that they've spied on you and heard you say. That's why they're saying it. They had this thing about this critical race crap, right? And some lady was up here, right? And you can get mad about this all you want. Some lady, supposedly some teacher, reading off of, she was reading off of a paper, I guess she wrote, and about how she quit her job because of something. This lady she was reading off of this thing, and supposedly it was her opinion, and she was supposed to be so into it. She started doing some fake crying in the middle of it, and she didn't even make me feel what she was talking about, because I truly believe somebody wrote that for her. You know me, I'm a jerk. I said horrible actor. They don't get that. They don't understand that these people are actors on the world stage. They don't even know what the hell the world stage is. Oh my goodness. They don't get it, guys. They seriously do not get it. They could put anybody they want up on CNN, ABC, NBC, and say they're a teacher from some organization that went through blah, 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 or a rioter, supposedly he was killed over here because he was so and so and so. He was marching for this, that, and the third. And you don't understand these people are wannabe actors who never made it, getting paid. Oh, and how do they get paid? They get paid through the little GoFundMes that you will donate to. That's how they get paid. They'll set up a little GoFundMe to support so and so and so. You'll donate to that though, right? Because they had a little touching, heartfelt story that they put on NBC, CNN, ABC. Those are the GoFundMes that you will donate to. get $1,000 in 2 seconds because they told you a little bullshit story. Somebody tells you a real story, you want to try to pick out holes, and somebody that's been real with you for the last 8 years, you want to try to think that it's about something that it's not. Somebody being real with you. That's why you don't want to donate. But then they'll put up a little fake story on ABC. Again, CNN, some of the biggest fraud companies in all of the biggest fraud companies, and because they give you a little sob story, hire a little crisis actor, you'll donate to that quicker than a hiccup, won't you? Yes, you are the sheeple that I am talking about, and people like me are talking about. You are such a sheeple. Bah. You think you know something. You think you are informed by this little Fox News, CNN, breaking Forbes, breaking news story. You people are pathetic. I damn sure don't want your money or you donating, and I don't want you a part of the cause. Because people like you got problems, my friend. You have mental issues. Or somebody you never heard of. You won't even go check out the background of this person. Let's get into some real stuff. You won't even go check out the back if this person even really exists, if they really who they say they are. All they gotta do is get on the news and say some scientist said, or some black mother, or some college student, or some teacher was fired because of this, or some. That's all they gotta do. That's all the research you need to get you fighting with somebody and get you up in a roar, get your little sheeple panties in a bunch, right? That's all you need. That's how brainwashed, brainless, and stupid you people are. And I don't want you type of people in my circle. I only want the people who understand what I just said in my circle, who are not trapped by Hollywood mainstream media. I mean, every time I can look at any single news story and pick it apart and then put it on here and show you how bogus it is. But guess what? YouTube won't let me do that because it'll violate their little policies, won't it, YouTube? It's a joke. Their 1984 censorship. Big brother everywhere. These clowns think they have freedom of speech, freedom of choice, freedom to be, or they think that something's getting better for the black race, and they, I mean, just based off what they're their TV. Oh, we got a black vice president, VP. Oh yeah, that's gonna change something. Just like having a so-called black president change something, right? You people are not even brainwashed. I shouldn't even say brainwashed. I should say brainless sheeple. You believe the dumbest shit that they put on TV. You honestly believe it just because it's on television. What did the radio and television come out for? To disconnect you from family, because they want to disconnect the family, and to brainwash you. I'll look up the leader, or was it the guy from the CIA? He said, we'll know that our mission is complete when everything that the American people believe is wrong or false. Or now I'll put the quote in the description box as well. You people don't want real talk. You don't want real media. You don't want somebody telling you the truth because you're crybabies, really. Sensitive bitches, if you ask me. That's why they couldn't stomach Cooper, and that's why they had to kill him, and that's why they had to try to kill all people like him or kill all little outlets like him. But what they don't understand and know is they can try to control Facebook, control YouTube. People are waking up regardless, and they're going to other little outlets, and now they're trying to figure out, how can we kill off this many of the population and not look like the Hitlers that we are. That's why you hear people even on YouTube telling you, even on their own little platform, telling you about how they can't mention certain things about the jab, and they can't say certain things because they're getting censored and so and so and so. That's not true. When they have to censor everything, but they have a platform that says, oh, you can broadcast yourself. No, you can't. You can broadcast what they tell you to broadcast. Just like on Facebook, you can't say nothing on Facebook. I got a strike on YouTube for medical they said I had medical misinformation because I had a music. This is how 1984 in real the censorship is. I had a music video. They had people protesting with signs that were saying stuff about, the stuff that's going on right now with this whole boogeyman virus and everything. I got tagged for medical misinformation. The song didn't have anything to do with, it was just a song called They Can't Control Us. Apparently they can. Well, they can't control us, and that's what they're afraid of now. But these clowns took, there was some other country, people not social distancing and not doing all that stuff. They took the signs, they read, I guess they read what was on the signs and marked the whole video for medical misinformation. Again, even though it's on other platforms and stuff, I had to hide it, or what do you call it? Put it on private so they don't take it down from my other platforms and stuff. Yeah, but some platforms that I didn't have any strikes on, I'm not even really on anymore, I left up, and guess what? They didn't tag it because it's not a big platform. These people are Orwellian as hell. But you sheeple are going to go right back to listening to them. Whatever big thing happens that they flash again, whatever so-called next thing that happens that's everywhere, you're going to believe it because it's everywhere. And that's what makes you sheeple. All right, peeps. I don't know why I talk my head off to these dumbasses, because they're going to keep believing a bunch of dumbass shit. And it's sad because they'll go to their graves not knowing a damn thing. From birth to death, they will be ignorant as hell and not even care about it and think that they're informed, or they're all about a good cause and they're fighting for their freedoms and their rights, and they don't know the first thing about any of that shit. And they can't stomach a real talk. But I'll keep trooping for you. All day, every day. It's time to get back to some more work. I'll put all the stuff that I said I was going to put in the description box, because I'm running out of space on my phone. And we got to come together, y'all. We have to do a real network of coming together and have some real talk and some real stuff like this, and so these sheeple can see. It don't matter how small we start, but we have to start somewhere. We have to really try. Come together and support each other.